how to think about you without it ripping my heart out.
That
And
is so much better than it was the first time I did it.
you
I'm sorry,
did.
stop. Just
Thank
like
you
so much
so
better
much.
than the first time I did it. Like if I had sang it as well as you just did the first time we recorded this, Julia wouldn't have had to come and correct me, and there wouldn't be a song.
Hi guys, for this episode of At Home With, I caught up with singer-songwriter JP Saxe. We chatted about love, about life on lockdown, and his new single with girlfriend Julia Michaels called If the World Was Ending. Plus, there's an acoustic performance, which is really worth a watch. JP, thank you so much for taking the time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it a lot too.
Well, tell me what life is like on lockdown at the moment. For starters, where are you doing your quarantining?
I'm in Los Angeles. At the beginning, I was trying to find some version of normalcy, insanity, but I think at this point, I've just embraced that I'm going to go a little insane, and that's okay. And what's kept me the most grounded is just like leaning into the insanity a little bit. So just full dorkiness, full weirdo all the time.
And I bet that makes for some good lyrics as well, because this is your thing. Like you write these songs that feel very real and have lots of sort of stories and real life experiences behind them. Can we expect lots of content to come out of this? Some weird content?
I mean, probably. I mean, what's most important to me in these songs is that they're sincere. Yeah. And the way I found is the easiest way to keep them sincere is just to take them right from my journal. So I don't usually sit down and think, I'm going to write a song. I just write. And then I'll go back to what I've written and see what might work in a verse or what might work in a chorus. But because I'm not thinking about how I'm going to sing it, I'm just thinking about what feels true. I think that keeps it feeling honest.
And how do you go about creating that process of taking it from the journal to actually turning it into something that you feel you want people to hear?
I mean, it's different. It's different every time. Sometimes the song comes out in an hour. Sometimes it takes 6 months. Sometimes an attempt at finishing one song becomes the beginning of a next song. And usually the way I can tell if it's right is if the song feels like the emotion it's about. Yeah.
Well, your new single, which is very aptly named "If the World Was Ending," is just brilliant. And you wrote this together with your now girlfriend Julia Michaels. And how did that one come about? Did you this was, I think, not even about the current situation. This was about the earthquake, right?
Yeah. So we wrote the song in July, so long before anyone had even heard of coronavirus. So at the time. Well, Julia and I connected because she shared another song of mine called 25 in Barcelona. We had never met. She shared that song on her Insta story. I was literally having a conversation at the moment I got the notification Julia Michaels has tagged you in the story about how I thought she was the most influential songwriter of our generation. So it was this kind of strange, mystical moment. So she posted the song, we get talking. Not too long after that, we get in the studio. And the day we met was the day we wrote If the World Was Ending.
That's so magic. And then you realized, hang on a second, there's something here. We should hang out.
Wait a sec, we're going to be madly in love soon. Yeah. And at the time, it was right after the earthquakes in Los Angeles had happened. And I had written If the World Was Ending, You'd Come Over Right in my journal a couple weeks before my session with Julia. And then when I started trying to turn it into a song, I stopped myself like mid-melody at the piano and said, you know what, I'm gonna save this for Julia. This feels like a song I want to write with Julia.
You just kind of knew. That is actually a really lovely story. And now you're quarantining together as well.
Yeah, and now we're in this, the world isn't ending, it just feels like it sometimes, but there's certainly a poetry in us now being together. I came over.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've done another brilliant thing with this track in that you have enlisted lots of your friends from the music industry to get involved for a special charity performance.
Yeah, we were, about a month ago, we started seeing a lot of our friends just cover the song because it was on their minds. And we thought, maybe we could take all those covers, put them together and do something good for a cause that means a lot to us. Doctors Without Borders is a charity that means a ton to both me and Julia. And at the end of the video, Crystal, who works with Doctors Without Borders, who gives a message about their work around the world, has been a friend of mine for a decade. So it was cool for us to collaborate on this together finally. But yeah, we just text a bunch of our artist friends and said, hey, like, we're doing this video for Doctors Without Borders. Can you send us a clip, singing a part of the song? And it was amazing, like, how just on board everyone was. People said yes. They just text us back a clip, and then we put it all together.
Now, I am slightly nervous about this part, but I think that you're going to teach me how to sing a chorus within your very good song, aren't you?
Do you want a chorus or do you want Julia's verse?
Oh, so the thing that scares me about the Julia's verse bit is that Julia has an incredible voice and it's her song.
Okay, so the fun thing about you singing the Julia bit is that when we first wrote this song, fun fact, I was recording all of it. Like, we hadn't really thought about it being a duet. And I couldn't sing her verse. I kept getting it wrong.
Because it's too high, or?
It was just the rhythms were, like, too complicated for me. The part that kept tripping me up was the how to think about you without it ripping my heart out.
Yes, you're right. The rhythm is tricky. And
yeah, but because it was a blessing that I kept messing it up, because she got frustrated with me messing it up, came into the booth to sing it, to show me how to do it. But as soon as she walked in and got on the mic, I was like, nah, you're singing it. Yeah,
this is yours now as well.
We might have a delay issue, so I'm just going to be forgiving of that.
Yeah, that we can blame a lot on the delay and the general connection.
If anything's wrong, it's Zoom's fault.
Exactly. My vocals are perfect on this.
All right. I was distracted and in traffic. I didn't feel it when the earthquake happened, but it really got me thinking. Were you out drinking? Were you in the living room chilling, watching television? It's been years now. Think I figured out how to let you go and let communication die. I know, we know you were down for forever. It's fine. I know, we know we weren't meant for each other. It's fine. But if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? You'd come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Sky'd be falling and I'd hold you tight. And there wouldn't be a reason why we would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? You got this. Right? If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Right.
I try to imagine your reaction. It didn't scare me when the earthquake happened, but it really got me thinking. At night we went drinking, stumbled in the house and didn't make it past the kitchen. It's been a year now. I think I figured out how to think about you without it ripping my heart out.
That is so much better than it was the first time I did it. I'm sorry, stop. Just like so much better than the first time I did it. Like if I had sang it as well as you just did the first time we recorded this, Julia wouldn't have had to come and correct me and there wouldn't be a song.
But maybe if I'd have been there, I could have been also a performer and part of this. And
it could have been a trio.
It could have been a trio.
And I know, we know you were down for forever. It's fine. I know, we know we were meant for each other. It's fine. But if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? You'd come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Sky'd be falling while I hold you tight. And there wouldn't be a reason why we would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over, right? You come over, you come over, you come over, right? And I know, you know and it's fine. I know you know we were meant for each other, and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Sky would fall and I'd hold you tight. There wouldn't be a reason why we would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over, you come over, you come over, right? Mhm. If the world was ending, you come over, right?
Woo! I love that, and I enjoyed it so much more without the nervousness of having to partake. Honestly, that was brilliant. It's such a beautiful song. Like, I am not
So much.
surprised that you guys got together after that. It just feels like so natural. They're beautiful lyrics, and it's also so timely for now.
Yeah, we really didn't do it on purpose. I have to keep saying that we had no idea what coronavirus was when we wrote this song. But I think the reason it's resonating right now is that song at its core is about putting love before everything else. And I think that is something that feels connected to people right now.
Yeah, and these are highly unusual times, but I think it also kind of shows you who actually really is important in your life and who you really care about. So it goes with that sentiment as well.
These songs come from the most personal parts of my life, the most private parts of my life, and then they become the thing that makes me feel connected and linked with people all over the world. And I think there's just like something irreplaceable about that for me.